How's it going, everybody? Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles. Today we're doing something slightly different completely different for me. I'm essentially just recording myself doing one of these Pick-2 drafts here on the good old arena. This being through the Omenpaths. I'm not a huge fan of this set, but the Pick-2 draft, I quite like it. I haven't been able to do that kind of draft format in paper yet, but only having 4 people in a draft pod and being able to pick 2 per pack, it definitely speeds up the process. I love drafting, but when you're doing traditional draft, right, picking the one card and passing it, typically you don't impose any kind of time limit or anything, and sometimes people are going to be slow, and especially if you're at a game store, even if the pod you're in isn't necessarily slow, there might be 1 or 2 pods where there's one player where they're taking their time, and of course you don't want to push anyone along and make them feel bad. All right, try to be welcoming and everything, but it can be bothersome at times, and I feel like something like the Pick-2 draft definitely expedites that process quite a bit, as well as just the way that the draft is set up here on Arena. Instead of having 7 wins and a max of 3 losses for best of 1 matches, instead you have up to 4 wins that you can get and 2 losses, right? So a lot quicker drafts, and I've enjoyed that quite a bit. And I decided, why not record myself doing one of these? So here we go. Through the Omenpaths, Pick-2. Let's see how well I do. Even if I get completely in the dumpster fire, I'll at least probably post this recording, because first time I'm doing something like this. So yay me, I guess. But I've been wanting to do some kind of streaming for a little bit here, and I thought this would be a good avenue for doing that, since I play quite a bit of Arena, mostly just sealed. Oh, sorry, not sealed. Oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? Not constructed. Limited. Haha, there's the word. Yes, mostly only limited formats. Sealed or draft, Pick-2 draft, whatever it is. Now, of course, on Arena, you have to pay gems to do that. Sometimes I'm decent enough that I keep winning, so I don't have to worry too much about the gems and such. But then there's other times where not winning. I'm losing. I'm a fucking loser. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have Murata, Neuron, Hacker, and it has been confusing me. I've been getting some of the Spider-Man cards. I'm like, what the fuck is this card? And I'm like, oh right, it was this from Arena. So anyway, this is good with artifact spells. Without that, it's a tough call. You really have to build around that. Obviously, Imposter Syndrome and Duskmourn's Claim, I don't think either of those are really good in a limited format. Out of the rare, she's the only one that could be good, but I don't think it's that good. It's an Artificer, so ideally there's going to be artifacts in that. Obviously Treat Trolley is actually an artifact, so that'll go with her. She's, we're going to do this. This is weird. I feel like maybe him. Nope, we're going to do this. All right, we're starting a stream with a deck that I typically would probably not build, because this doesn't really make any sense. All right, so obviously this guy, that is an artifact, but see, the other thing is you want to be careful just building around the first card unless it's like a bomb, and I feel like in limited she's probably not a bomb, because how many big artifacts are there really from this set? That's a decent card. This seems like a more control-y deck, so I'm going to say actually this guy, just because being able to draw 2 cards with just your leftover mana in the late game seems pretty good. And yeah, I guess let's immediately go in for the connive here. Now, obviously we could splash black, but at this point this is still a mono blue deck. A mono blue deck with a focus on artifacts. Of course, the first time I stream, I'm getting the weirdest selection of cards. Yeah, I don't think I built maybe one mono color deck for this draft so far. Okay, I think we're gonna splash into green because that is a pretty good card. So I'm thinking him. And do we want another artifact guy? He cannot. No, I think this. Okay, this is all over the place. At least this is also a villain, so that works with that. And I drafted him before, and it didn't work out as well because I didn't have as many counter stuff inside my deck. Like, I mean, just those two right there. And I kind of want this land, but we don't really have any black cards in this deck yet. Like, this is still mostly a mono blue deck, with the exception of this guy. I mean, another artifact, I'm probably going to end up taking him out. This is a good late game card, so if we do want to splash in black, that's going to be good. Okay, what do we got? I mean, really wants us to get Spider-Punk. Really wants us to. That's a halfway decent card. Okay, I definitely want that because we're splashing around in our colors at the moment. And then also that last ability there is not flavor text. I've won games by just giving my legendary guide menace, and my opponent's like, wait, what? And it's, yeah. Sometimes they'll have one blocker up, or just they haven't done the math correctly, and just giving menace on your guy with 3-4 power and getting that through in the end game can be really good. I don't really care about Mill. He's just nice as a flyer, but I don't want to really force myself to mill. I'm already conniving. I mean, a combat trick's nice, but that's really not that good. Maybe perfected pastry. We'll do perfected pastry. I don't think it's very good unless I can have some way to get that white payoff there. Secret Identity is halfway decent. Do I have that many spiders? Not really. One. Is there a second somewhere? No. Okay. Wait. Is that a spider? Nope. That's not a great payoff. I mean, that is halfway decent. That is also halfway decent. Oh, that's a decent artifact. All right. I think I want those two. That's an uncommon. All right, these might actually come back around. All right, we're just gonna go for the two uncommons. I feel like this card is garbage and limited. I've drafted it a few times, and I don't think I've been able to use it once. I only want so many of these things. This is rough. This is not really any of my colors. So I guess we're gonna go with these two, but they're probably gonna get taken out. There she is again. Yeah, this is a weird deck. Oh, that's right. We do have Treat Trolley for 1 mana of any color. I don't really want more of those. That can be good mana acceleration. Okay, yeah, I don't think I want another one of her. Even though we're building the deck around her. All right, I guess those two, again, those are probably going to get taken out. Okay, the carriage did come back around. And that is an artifact that draws a card, and with 2 Treat Trolleys, I mean, there is a possibility of actually being able to use that second ability outside of just like flavor text, right? So, not bad. We currently don't have any removal, which is a bit problematic. Non-creature spells. I mean, in the late game, that could be good. He can be decent too. We definitely want to get one of these guys while we can. This is such a fucking weird deck, man. Like, I don't have that many spider or non-creature spells, but I mean, really in the late game that can help me get through stuff. Do we have any kind of removal here? Yeah, we do in black. Do I want to pip another color? I think we have to. We'll see. I just feel weird having no removal whatsoever. See, and there we go with some more. That's halfway decent. Okay, we'll do that. That's pretty good too. Okay, so I guess we are going to end up going in black. Are we still going to do green? That's yet to be determined. I kind of do want another one of her. Just if we're committing that much to this whole thing, she's not really that good though. Okay, that's halfway decent. Another perfected pastry. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, we're doing the weirdest things possible. Okay, this don't try this at home. Surveil 2, then draw 2. Okay, I guess these two. Again, this is a weird like first screen to do because this is far outside my wheelhouse of how I typically do these kinds of things. Like normally by the time that I'm done drafting, the deck is already pretty much complete, you know? Whereas now there's only 4 cards in my sideboard. Obviously there's a lot of these are getting taken out, but I'm not entirely sure the direction exactly that I'm going in. To be clear. All right, so let's get to the deck building process and figure out how to make this slop into an actual working deck if we can. We definitely don't need more than 2 of those. Maybe even 2 is too much. I don't think we need more than 1 of these guys. I mean, it's one of those like it can be very good in the late game. You know, you lose gas and you have a bunch of lands hanging around. He's able to come in and save the freaking day. Perfected pastry. I mean, it's still, even if we're unable to get like the treat trolley, and fearsome ridgeline would be another way to get that white mana, though it is a bit expensive. But regardless, I mean, 3 mana essentially to gain 3 life and draw a card. Not a great payoff, but again, she is able to see cast an artifact. Okay, so is there any artifacts with flash? I don't think so. Okay, so she's able to use her ability at instant speed, but you would cast as normal, I believe. I think at least. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll see. First or second card. Now, one issue with her, obviously, is the fact that we don't have any artifacts over 3 mana. And let's see, right now in total, we've got 12 artifacts in here, and we're still going to take some out. So I don't think we need more than 1 of her, especially the fact that she's a legendary creature. So yeah, we're going to take 1 of those out because we don't need more than 1. The payoff isn't that great. Now the payoff with this guy can be super duper good. We just need to make sure we have enough stuff that like helps connive. This is going to be too restrictive because we're only having a small splash of green in there. I think Leyline Weaver 2. Yeah, I don't think he's going to work. This guy I don't think actually works. Let's see. So I do think this is halfway decent now just because of this 1 card. Same thing. Yeah, so I do want 2 of these now. That actually makes sense. I mean, we don't want to build the whole deck around this common. He is very good. I wish I would have had 2 instead. But this guy in the graveyard's also halfway decent. This deck just looks terrible. There's no real focus, in my opinion. Oh, did not mean to do that. The recorder's going out. It's really not good. Just your initial investment of 1, that's not too bad. The 3 film counters don't even really matter. It's the fact that you have to pay 2. And typically, I mean, oh, triggered abilities too, but any activated or triggered ability, I'm typically still having to spend mana in order for something to trigger. And just having 2 mana lying around to add on top of that, I don't know. It just, on paper, it seems good, but just in practice, I've yet to get this to go off. I've only had a few opportunities to get it to go off, but I feel like in limited, it's not there. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I don't mind. I think I'm going to take out another forest. We're going to add another swamp, maybe. Let's see. We have okay, yeah. Let's add another swamp in there. And we do want 17 lands. We do have that higher curve here. Treat trolley. Do we really need more of that? Now I'm starting to think, do we want this more expensive guy? I kind of do. We're doing some ramp here. Okay, I think that doesn't work. That just doesn't work. Where are we gonna cut though? I mean, maybe it is him. And I like the connive stuff. All right, we'll get rid of a perfected pastry because it's not great. How many artifacts do we still have? 9. So yeah, again with her, we don't want the deck to just be focused on this card because the payoff is really not that great. So let's see, we've got some removal in there. I'm not going to take any of that out. I feel like that's not that great. That's not that great. Let's see, what's our curve? So 3. Now I'm considering if I want to take him out. How many creatures do we got? 13. I mean, this is still, that's an amazing payoff. Oh, an amazing payoff when you're able to get this card to work. And unlike Phenomenon Recorder, I have gotten this card to actually go off and work. And even, I mean, just with what it is, I mean, if you connive it once and then you play a 2 mana creature, or wait, it's power with mana value equal to its power, right? So if I connive and give him a 1/1 counter, then play a 2 mana creature, which I only have 2 of, so that's a little iffy. But I mean, I guess I could also. We only have 1 mana creature. Is this the cut? As much fun as this sounds, I think that's the cut. Let's see. So 15, 16. Okay. So more island. Let's make sure that distribution makes sense. Yes. Okay, so very weird deck here. We were thinking about splashing green. I mean, this guy is awesome, but it just seems like we're doing a lot for the payoff is not really lined up with that. We're still keeping the connive stuff just cause. We're going to go in with it. We're going to go in with it. I think this is not good. Poorly made, but I think based on what I did draft out of the card pool that I have, this seems to be the optimal choice. And obviously, because this is recorded, can always go back and see the selections that I had. Now, obviously, choices would have been different, later into the pack selection based on, what I was choosing. So it's hard to really say if, there were better choices that I could have made and such, but I think there were different directions, but this might be solid. We'll see. It also might just be completely awful. Oh my god. Okay, so we're getting all of our expensive payoffs here. Got a 5 mana card, 2 6 mana cards, and a 2 mana instant that I can't play. Rough. But I don't think I would mulligan, you know? I mean, having 3 mana and a 1 mana card that I could play and just really needing anything. Oh my god. Alright. We'll draw a card off this first. At least next turn we know that we're going to be able to play the Gift of Malice. Hopefully our opponent will still not have much, but we are definitely struggling. Alright, I mean, that is not much. And I'm also glad that I didn't crack the Eerie Gravestone yet, because now he has less selection out of what he can choose out of my graveyard. And if I can get Ozar, whatever his name is, the guy becomes an 8/8 with Hexproof, as long as I have... Well, Hexproof if I have another villain on the board, and then he becomes an 8/8 if I have 8 or more cards in my graveyard. So this will add 4 itself, or possibly 5 if I don't find anything. Hoping that I find something. Alright, let's see. There he is, okay. That can be very good. Get this guy out. I mean, we're definitely struggling a bit on the back end here, but we're not doing completely off. Okay, now we're doing completely off. Now we're fucked. Okay, he can target himself. If he attacks with the 2/1, I'll block. Okay, we're blocking that for sure. Still pretty bad. Okay. I feel like this guy, right? Gives me some card selection. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I can Unstable Experiment to him. Okay. So we will just get rid of that. I don't think it matters too much. I think I'm actually going to play this this turn. Ooh, what do I want to get rid of? That can be game winning. I think it's going to have to be this guy. And then, yeah, Phantasmal Vision, because I have to... Yeah, and I need more stuff on the board, too. Alright, we're getting there. After a rocky start, we are getting there. Now, it really depends on if my opponent has removal in their hands, because if they do, I'm a little bit screwed. Yeah, so we have to make that trade. Can't afford any more damage to the face at the moment. That's not... Well, it's not great, but it's not terrible because I have the Unstable Experiment. Alright, and also because I have the Unstable Experiment, I can make him into an 8/8 out of nowhere. Yeah, we're going to do that. And I will attack with him, because if he blocks with this, I can Unstable Experiment in response, and this will also automatically turn it into an 8/8. So yeah, we're just going to do that. And if he does block with that, and I draw a land, then I have to discard this if I want him to stay alive, which I do, because, I mean, that 1 damage will kill me over time. Okay, connive. But I do get to draw 2 cards. And, yeah, Secret Identity goes away. Okay, we're actually in this. Because, yeah, over time, 12 damage. They're basically on a 3-turn clock in a way. Well, it depends. We'll see. I think we're actually doing all right now. That card selection they just got wasn't great for me, but it wasn't completely off. Okay. So he's got that guy out now. Let's see. 6, I have 7, 8. Okay, I'm still 1 off. Okay, I can treat Trolley and play this guy, right? 8. And that's okay. We're good. Then I'm going to hold him back. I am going to still attack. Pushing as much damage as we can. The food token there from Tree Trolley also not bad. Not bad at all. That 3 life can be quite helpful. And this saddle might be helpful too. Yeah, I think we might just get as much stuff on him because he does have vigilance, so he's able to block in response to stuff. So we're going to give him the saddle and this. And then, yeah, if all my stuff has flying, he's only got 2 flyers. And I don't think I mind keeping myself open. Let's see, what do they got? 7, 1, 1. Oh no, I can still block with him. That was the point. Yeah, I think we're just going to go all in. We're going to YOLO. Now, of course, if he's able to remove this guy, I haven't done the math, but that is damage. And see, he could not block at all, right? And still not die. Because then on the backswing, he will be able to kill. All right, he is blocking. Only 1, okay. Oh yeah, okay, I didn't calculate that either. So yeah, if he's able to remove this, that's 7, and then I only gain 3, and then he can activate this and kill me. So was that dumb? Maybe, but also, I mean, if we don't push, we're not going to win anyway, right? And right now, I know he does have the lifelink, so he wouldn't die next turn. But yeah, if he doesn't have removal, that was the right move. If he does have removal, okay, we're both hellbent. So yeah, that was definitely the right move. And then he's going to have to lose both of his flyers next turn because only blocking 1, that's still... Well, not technically. Again, he does have the lifelink on that thing, so he doesn't have to. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure he is going to block both. I'm just going to sack that now. And, all right. Okay. So that does help a lot. I can get rid of his biggest guy there. Actually, I was going to say I could just get rid of one of the flyers, but again, he doesn't die because he can still lifelink with this guy. So I think, yeah, what we're going to do is I'm just going to attack out first. That's fine. Okay, and he only blocked with 1, so he is going to be down to 1. All right, let's do the math again here real quick. So 7 and 8. So if he removes this, and I didn't count this because I'm thinking that is what I want to Remorseless Coup on. Because, yeah, we're going to get rid of it right now. Right now, you're done. And all right, hell yeah, we at least won a game. Put that in the books. I still think that this is bad magic in general, but you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm at least happy that I'm not showcasing me losing 2 back-to-back real quick. Now, see, I feel like this is not that terrible, just because that second ability, I'm arguably going to have more creatures to choose from, and because I have 5 mana here and the treat trolley, that basically means I can play everything in my deck. Right? There's nothing above 6. And this also means, arguably, turn 4, I will be able to play a 5 mana creature, which, I mean, halfway decent. Luckily, my opponent here is not having a fast start. Okay, as I said that, they put a creature down, but it's still not the greatest. We got the Data Scrubber here. Okay, another Eerie Gravestone. I like that. Depending on what they put out next. That's annoying. Okay, now that's pretty annoying. So I can always make him 3/4 flying out of nowhere. Okay, we want to put our land down. And I think we're going to do him first. Yeah, we're going to do him first. Okay, get rid of your 1 card. He's going to connive. And health could be helpful. I feel like that's not for this game. Okay, that's unfortunate. Now, I still will be able to kill it if he doesn't put both counters on it, which arguably he won't, because when a modified creature leaves, you only get 1 counter back. So he is probably going to want to split that up. Odd that he didn't do that before combat, though. I guess, oh, maybe Web, Dariel, or whatever his name is, from the City Pigeon, which would make him a 4/4 and then a 5/5. Darval, sorry, not Dariel, but I was correct in that. Yeah, 4/4 and then make him a 5/5. Very annoying, but at least they're almost hellbent, and I have stuff to gain some life. More land, exactly what I needed. Get that out. Let's see, yeah, so I'm going to try to surprise this guy. Okay, no attacks. Because, yeah, this will make him a 4/5. And I believe he can only also use the closet at sorcery speed. Let's make sure. Okay, activate only as a sorcerer. We're good. Yeah, odd he didn't do the closet ability before combat again. Still missing out on damage by not doing that. If he has some kind of combat trick or something in his hand, then I could just be fucked here, but gotta play with what we have, right? Interesting. And that does put me on a turn clock. Like an extra turn, essentially, with that. Can we stop with the lands? My god, man. Okay, we're going to see what creature we can get first. Okay. That's a tough choice. That's flying and vigilance. That's going to give him another food token. And yeah, so bouncing doesn't really make sense. Conniving more does kind of make sense. Because I can at least get my guy to be able to block a 2-mana card. I can still play another Eerie Gravestone. I'm thinking this. It's going to be tough because he's arguably then going to put another counter on this. This game's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good. I think we're going to draw a card first off. Oh, that would have been nice beforehand. Okay. This is all going to depend on how he distributes that last counter, if he decides to distribute that last counter. Our one advantage is the fact that we have more cards in hand, but their board state is just so much better right now. Okay, I assumed he was going to do that. And I hate going down a 1, but I feel like we kind of have to, because just throwing this guy away doesn't really make sense. Or does it make sense? Ugh. Yeah, no. I think we're just screwed. Okay, so that at least was good. We're going to use our mana from Futra to give him a 1/1 counter, so at least he can block City Pigeon now. She's not very good. See, we needed her last turn to basically get in the way for us. But now, see, now I don't want to play her, because I want that 2 mana in case I need a crack of food. If I don't need the food yet, I can Eerie Gravestone into something for next turn. Okay, so our guy has Vigilance. We're going to attack. Hopefully not milling, something we really want. Damn. That's not the best card, but just because we have all this leftover mana right now, that would have been halfway decent, but we do also have to push damage to win this game. I guess I should have also... No. Yeah, in case he removes this, I do still need the Data Scrubber up to chump block, because Darval will fucking kill me otherwise. Okay. So that is at least good. Okay, and that's halfway decent too. That is very nice. And it gains us life. All right. We're here. We're here. Now, we got to get rid of the pigeon, I feel. Because that flying... Yeah, and he's going to be able to block my 2 points turn. So, let's see, 6, 7... Yeah, 6. I promise I didn't intentionally do that. Yeah, so 3 and 5 is 8. Do that first. Gets both those triggers. Oh, and I'm going to be able to get that trigger too. All right, we're actually kind of coming back. Yeah, we'll play that out. And I want to tackle this to get the extra damage through. He could arguably block, and then I'm getting rid of that anyway, but then I don't get the connive, which I kind of want, because I don't want her. I think we gotta push damage. Cool. And I do have to pay attention to my library here, because he is going to keep milling me no matter what. But yeah, I mean, flying in limited, you can't overlook. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. Wow. Alright, well now I'm glad this is my first stream, because we went from I'm about to lose 2 games to, alright, I won the first game, to, alright, well I'm about to get dominated in this game, from being a chump to, yeah, somehow bringing it all back. I was correct in the assessment that I was doing better with cards in hand and just the flow of my deck. That they were kind of hitting a what's the word that I'm looking for? They were starting to stall, and I've been in those situations, and I feel for them because it fucking sucks. Like, oh yeah, I'm winning this game. Like, you know, look at all the power I have and how low I've got in their life and everything, and then out of nowhere, the other person just starts coming back, and it's like, wait, how did this happen? How did any of this happen? Okay, she is actually halfway decent, just because I have Treat Trolley for next turn, and she's like a free card off of that. We're about to see if she's actually any bit decent. But she does, you know, basically make any artifacts that I get from here on out kind of free spells. We'll see. I'm not blocking that. Okay, so that is not great. I think we're going to get rid of this before it can even do anything. I don't like the threat of that. No, we're going to do him first. Yeah. I don't like the threat of that, but it's not immediately going to do anything bad, and then I get more value off of killing it with him out on the board. Alright, Secret Identity will help me against that one. And yeah, I think we're just going to Remorseless Coup now. Or do I want to attack first? I think I do actually want to attack this guy. Because I could just Secret Identity in response. Beginning of your end step. Oh, no. We want to do it now. Get rid of that guy while we can. Because yeah, he could just block and become a 3/4, and then I would Remorseless Coup, and then it doesn't make sense for why I didn't do that before combat. Okay, then he takes that damage, and then I get to Connive. Oh, did a creature not? Oh, it did. Sorry, put target creature in the bottom of its owner's library. Have to read cards. I mean, I have to do this. As much as I don't want to. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, he's still getting card draw, and then he can use that ability to get enhanced card draw. Okay, well, that was it apparently. Are you letting it resolve? Okay. Let's see. We want another land. Now the question is, do I want to Connive first? Do I want to Eerie Gravestone? I think I want to Connive on him. Yeah, I'm going to Connive on him. Okay, and I want to keep that too. I'm gonna get rid of him. And okay. We're just gonna go out and swing for 4. He gets to draw another card. That part's not great. But we do get to connive, and then we can connive again. I think I'm going to connive off of this first, just so I have more selection, because I don't want to get rid of him. But I do want to discard non-creature spells and try to get counters on this guy to start pushing. Yeah, we want to get rid of that. She is able to play the Data Scrubber. Let's see. I mean, he's going to use that in response to Xylith, but it's better to just target that now and get it out of the way. And I think we're going to give him the counter now. Oh, he didn't do it in response. All right. He doesn't get a counter, and then I get a connive. Okay, discard another land. But that's fine, because that is building him up. We only need one more card in there to make him an 8/8. And we have 3 villains currently, 4 villains. So unless he board wipes me, I have hexproof on this dude. That is unfortunate. I was going to say you can attack, but then you're losing your blocker for no real reason there. Okay, Ozar, come out. Like I said, I mean, that is definitely a game-winning card, and I kind of want to test to see if she has flash or not with this. So we're just going to enter. And I like it that way. It also makes my opponent have to think a bit more, because, you know, I can do this in response. Now, again, it doesn't say anything about timing restrictions still apply. So if restrictions did apply, I feel like that would be on the card, but I just don't know. Now, I do have, what's the thing called? Oh, yeah, a cellular device, my phone. So I could just look at my phone real quick and see. But during their end step, we're gonna click this card and see if it does the thing. Okay, it is instant speed. We have now determined that. Okay, this saddle, not bad too. We're going to give that to our friend here. Makes him a 4/3. So we can block with one of those. Yeah, I don't think I want to do the counter yet. Yeah, I might want to do Eerie Gravestone, actually. All right, so we're going to attack with both. Okay, actually not what I expect. I kind of expected him to double block this. All right, and that, I mean, he's got a lot of cards now. He does have a lot of cards now, but my board state seems considerably better, especially the fact having hexproof on a big creature is pretty massive. Especially the fact that he's going to have to get rid of these 3 before the hexproof goes away. And outside of an actual board wipe, there is no real way for him to interact with this card, other than, you know, of course, combat as well. But that is, hexproof is so damning. Oh. Well, forgot that was a card. That fucking sucks. That definitely changes this game now. Yeah, I need my own Riche or whatever his name is to give him flying, because otherwise, not great. All right, so now his blocks are making more sense. Did he make a copy? Wait, how did he have two of these? All right, well, the world may never know. Okay. Eerie Gravestone. Hopefully get a decent creature out of this. Okay. I think I want to bounce him. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bounce him. Oh no, he can't attack. Decisions, friends. Okay. I do like... This is a conundrum. Being able to connive more. How many cards do I have left in my deck? 16. That's a little risky. But just bouncing something isn't doing too much. It is a 6 mana card. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's a good tempo play. Yeah, I bounce that, give him another counter. I should have done the counter on him first, because this does draw me a card. So I might draw something that would have been better than that, but right here did not. And then we're going in for the swings. Okay, yeah, not looking great for us. Just because they're getting so much value off of this guy here. That's why I kind of considered bouncing him, but then Data Scrubber wouldn't have been able to attack because he had a 4/6. That would have been able to trade, or not even trade, just kill my guy. And then on top of that, 3 mana, he's got 9. So him replaying it wouldn't have been too much of an issue. It would have just, you know, prevented him from being able to draw yet another card. But, okay. I mean, that's not really a crazy good play for him. I mean, the fact that he's got these flyers is annoying. But with the other dude, he's going to have flyers anyway. Yeah, see, I was thinking he's probably blocking my 8/8 with his 2/2 guy there. All right, get that life gain now. Okay. I mean, it only makes sense on him because they're all going to have flying anyway. Yeah, just the fact that he's got all this mana, 5 cards in hand, so he can attack out and still have plenty to block this. We're not completely dead on the water. It really depends on our card draw. We need something to remove this pretty much immediately. So it's not looking great, but we're not completely boned. Can I stop speaking too soon? So that's super problematic because I can't afford to trade this guy off. I'm surprised he didn't attack with the 2-3, but I guess that card's so valuable that you can't afford to lose that. All right, let's see. Did I already get rid of my removal? I wasn't even thinking of that. All right, I did use one. I have the Damning Caress still. We're going to draw the card off this. Hopefully get the removal, honestly. That's not great. Okay. With that, and I have a land drop. And actually I have 5 mana because she can get the Treat Trolley for free. We have to do this now, even though I'm probably going to go over my removal. And I'm risking how many cards I have left. Ugh, okay. Draw 2. I don't have 2 to draw. This is bad. This is bad. Whenever you attack, you may mill a card. Okay, we're still gonna do him anyway. Yeah, so we can't play him. We're gonna move this to him. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I was thinking like, oh yeah, because we can double block this guy, but yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait a second, they all have fucking flying anyway. Rah! Okay. Well, shit, do I have to attack with him then? No, he can give counter. Fuck it. Fuck it, we're going live. All right. That is almost enough to beat me over the top. They don't know that I have a Treat Trolley, so I can get a food token. So hopefully he attacks out with everything and puts me down to 1 and doesn't really have anything else. Because on the backswing, I do win that game. But, okay. So I'm going to be down to 3. Sack the food. Odd choice. I would have definitely done the 4/4 guy. Do I not have any more villains? Oh my god. Well, ain't that just fucking peachy. Alright, we need a removal spell off of this guy. Do I not have a villain? Oh, she's a villain. Okay. I was like, wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Okay. We're not completely dead, but we're basically dead. Because he still has 2 flyers. I think, yeah, we go for the attack. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I mean, still a decent game. I've been boned for most of this game, and at least I've been putting up a fight, man. I mean, he is down to 6 life. But, you know, what matters in a game of Magic is not who's close to 0, it's whoever gets down to 0. So, kind of odd he didn't attack with the other 2/2. I mean, he is down to 6, so that kind of checks. All right, so we know that's a land. We don't want that. I think we attack first, because we're going to need something to get rid of. See, he can't attack though, because then he just blocks. Ugh. Oh wait, okay. Oh no, but fuck. So here's my thought process, right? I need something to get rid of a flyer, but if he attacks and he blocks the death touch, then I'm no longer able to play non-creature spells off the top of my library. So I think I'm gonna have to just attack with her to mill, and then hope that there's a non-creature spell that can get rid of shit. And there's none. So that is going to be the game. I didn't have to forecast that was it, but I mean, at this point, I've got 4 cards left in my deck. I'm just fine. Let him have it. Good game. Vip Burr, you got me. You fucking got me, man. All right. 2-1. Let's go back into the deck real quick. I've got some thoughts now. So I'm thinking 2 of these might not be terrible because of all the connive, and she is quite helpful. All right, we got 9 artifacts. I'm thinking maybe even another perfected pastry now, just because of that life gain, free spell off her. All right, what's some stuff that's not... Oh, did not mean to take you out. He is definitely worth it when I'm actually able to play him. He's actually halfway decent. Again, another card, like it's 6 mana. We do have 2 tree trolleys, which that's helpful. We can't take out any of the removal. That card's not really helping. I mean, what we've seen so far is because of all the mill and connive and all this, we basically don't have a deck by the end of the game anyway. So that isn't really doing what I thought it was going to do. Carriage of Dreams. I mean, it is still a free artifact that can come out of nowhere. You know what? No, it's staying. Just because that can be an aggro game-winning thing with her. You know, flashing that in at the end of my opponent's turn and then crewing it for 2 and paying 1. Is it just a pipe dream that's not actually going to materialize? Maybe, but I feel like I still want it in there. Do we get rid of a land for another 1 mana spell? I feel like our curve is pretty low and we keep drawing too many lands. So 10 and 6. Okay, we can afford to get rid of a swamp. And that 10 and 6 is really only... Oh no, we do need it for the... I feel like our curve's low enough and I want another one of these for, you know, that extra counter when we have the Tree Trolley or Fearsome Ridgeline, which we still haven't drawn. I mean, we've been getting mana flooded, but at the same time, like, we want to make sure we do hit this higher stuff, but we also don't want to get so mana flooded that we can't do anything. I don't know. I think this is the right move. I think our curve is low enough that 16 lands is actually okay. And that we have enough cheap spells as well that, you know, if we end up not getting our 3rd land by turn 3, we're not completely dead out of the water. Okay, so... this looks bad, but we got to go first. And I'm getting more card draw. But not immediately. This is not going to draw me a card immediately, but turn 2, this will draw me another card. And then I can draw another and gain life off this. All right, we're keeping. I don't know why, but we are. Because I'm a madman. Okay, more land is good here. And the Eerie Gravestone also gives us decent selection. Okay, I like the Data Scrubber. I think we're going to connive with him and discard this. He might be able to just remove the Data Scrubber in response, but it'll get rid of removal for some other cards. Submit 0. That's right. He connives. Yeah, we're doing that. And then if he doesn't have removal, 4/3, 6/5. Okay, yeah, he's gonna have to deal with the 6/5. Oh, that's right. I can't give him that because I don't have any white mana. That's how cards work. Okay, well, he's still, if he blocks, he loses his creature. And if he doesn't block, he's lost a quarter of his life. He is a villain? Okay. So we're right on curve. He is not going to be an 8/8, but he's going to have hexproof as long as I have the Data Scrubber. And then turn 6, this guy comes out, and then all my guys are going to start having flying. So, I mean, they're playing red-black, so presumably they're going to have removal. And this guy might help them find that removal. There we go. Target the selection of the creatures they control, then destroy all creatures. Ugh, that is unfortunate. Okay. So yeah, I think our best move here. I'm still thinking that this is going to give him a 1/1 counter, which it's not going to. I think we draw. We're going to draw. Unfortunate. Play that. Do we go for the attack now? I think we go for the attack. Okay, he made the trade. We're gonna mill. That's who I. Oh my! You got to be fucking kidding me! You got to be careful in Arena when they automatically select your lands, because they don't know exactly what you're thinking. And sometimes the AI is just dumb. But there, I was hoping to get her, and then play her because I had 1 mana left, and I didn't have to tap the blue to do that ability. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you let the game automatically do shit for you. Okay, he's pretty good. And like, yeah, I mean, that Villainous Wrath, like, as soon as he plays something that's 4 or more, he gets rid of that. Okay. We're in business. I mean, they're still at a pretty massive advantage, but the Ozar here is pretty nice. And actually, I can get him online. At least the 8/8 part. See if I want to do that. Oh, you may exile the top card. Okay. Well then, that does slightly change things. Okay, so we're going to play a land. I kind of want to play that. I think we're going to put her down. And then decisions. Now I can do a lot of stuff at instant speed. which I might have to. I can give her up to 2 counter. Okay, I think we're going to have to just end the turn there. As weird as that seems. So my thought process here is, depending on what he attacks with... My god. I just realized he drafted 3 of these fucking things. That is insane. Okay, so now double blocking the menace doesn't really make any sense. And blocking him also doesn't really make any sense. So Lead is sorcery speed. So I can connive her. This is rough. So he's got 22 cards left. I mean, I don't want him conniving anymore. Okay. I think we have to. We also can't afford that damage, really. We're going to do that. Targeting her is the only one that makes sense. And yeah, she's going to probably die anyway. Fearsome Ridgeline. Finally seeing that. We're just going to get rid of a land here. And then... Oh, we already know what the top card is. I was like, top card's a 2-mana artifact. We can flash it in. But it is not the case. Yeah, we need our own Villainous Wrath at this point. There are no board wipes in the deck, so I think it's safe to say that we are pretty fucking boned here. I mean, I can go over the top with these two. Let's see, 4/6 and 8/8. I mean, that puts him on a time limit, but it's not great still. Just because they do have that Villainous Wrath to swoop in as soon as they need it. But I still think this is going to be our best play. Put the Fearsome Ridgeline out there, because we might end up just discarding a land here. And yeah, I think we are just going to discard a land. Alright, so that little extra bit of health. That Villainous Wrath from the early get-go really fucking boned us, because it prevented me from doing what I wanted to do. Knowing they had that in the back burner, but now kind of as a result, it's even further kind of fucked us over. And here, I mean, I have to start blocking stuff. And just hope they don't have anything to buff their guys up. But if they're just pushing damage like that, then we might be okay. Just because I can get more blockers out next turn. That's unfortunate. That is less unfortunate. Okay. So I think we get rid of the Menace guy. All right, and we can still play our 8/8. And then, let's see, he attacks out. Can't use that ability and Villainous Wrath. He's able to use this ability once right now, twice in his next turn without playing anything else. We know this is getting bounced. I can't afford 2 blockers to stop a 3/3. But I have to try to block pretty much everything that he has. And I think we're going to play this. Let's see, 8 and 4, 12. See, this is so I need I need like the 1/1 counter from the connive. Like these all attacking. So they can block 2 things, right? So, well, 3/3. That one they have trample, so he can only really block 2/2. So that's 5. See, if I attack and my opponent knows what they're doing, then they can do an all-out strike and just win straight up. But if I don't attack, unless I get a connive card next turn, then I lose. But then I probably don't have him as an attacker anyway because of him attack. I'm just going to attack. I'm pretty sure I'm fucked anyway. Hello. Hello to you too. Oh, wait. Then click it. There we go. Hello. We'll see how well they know math. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm tapped out, so I can't do anything else in response. And, yeah, just based on what they're showing, they're able to just. But, again, at this point, I feel like not doing that attack would have also just made me lose regardless. Who knows? I am not a professional Magic player, clearly, but I at least know some mathematics and such, and I try to, chart out the possibilities of what my opponent can do, also based on what I'm showcasing, right? And like I said, the fact that I'm all tapped out, there's no free spell that I can play or anything. I only have 2 blockers. And optimal blocks, I still have to take 5 damage. There we go. Yeah, see? Now, they're able to do that in response. All right, well, they're going to do that in response, do the extra 2, and good game. So we got the 2/2, which not completely terrible. Not completely terrible. You get 800 gems out of the 900 you put in, so losing 100, not great. I try to do this often with gold, right? Because then no matter what, you're just winning gems. I'm a little shy of the gold there to be able to do that. Claiming our prize, we get a pack and 800. So again, it's like we spent 100 gems to get a pack and then the contents of those 3 packs. It's not great. You really want at least 3 wins, right? Then you're making somewhat a profit. You get an extra pack. 4 wins is obviously where it's really at, but not bad for my first showcasing. We'll open up the 6 packs of these that I got here real quick, just see what we're rolling with. All right, reveal all. Oh, cool. We got Gwenum. That's not a bad little thing there. But yeah, no, I'm glad that showcasing my first little streaming thing that I didn't get completely blown out of the damn water. That second game was beautiful. Third game, even though it was a loss, I still, held my own. So I feel good about that. The last game was just fucking brutal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was fucking rough, man. But thanks for joining me, or whatever. It's Drew Peoples Collectibles. And until next time, friends, deuces.